records. Thank you. I feel like we're gonna have to read it again. James must share a bag of pens equally amongst a group of people. He first gives each person 7 pens, but then finds out that he has 2 pens short. Instead, he gives each person 6 pens and he has 11 left over. So I mean, like, before we even, okay, let's just finish the question here. And then says how many pens were there in the bag and how many people were there. So if you look at the description, right, we clearly had 2 scenarios. The first scenario was him having 7, him giving people the pens, right? And he gave each 7 and he was left with 2. I mean, 2 were shorting. The second scenario, he gave each one 6 and 11 were left over. So that's already gonna give us an idea of what 2 equations we're gonna have. Because if you read again, James must share a bag of pens. We said we don't know how many pens there are in the first place. So we're gonna make that X. Amongst a group of people, we don't know how many people those are. So we're gonna make that Y. Now the idea here is each pen, the number of pens here we don't know, right? The number of people we don't know. But then now for the first scenario, let's even write here scenario 1 so that we can, group our information properly. See, na, Rio, #1. So scenario 1, it says here, he first gives each person 7 pens. So the number of people, we don't know how many they are, right? But then each of them got 7. So we know that if we have, let's say, 10 people, 10 people each got 7 pens, right? So it would be 10 times 7. Do you see?
Yes.
Yeah. So here our pens were distributed to 10 people. So that would be like 10 times 7. And then he says here, but then finds that he is 2 pens short. So when he tried to give, let's say, 7 pens to 10 people, he couldn't do that because technically speaking, the amount of pens, right, were shorting by 2. So here, if you think of it logically, we know that if he were to give each 10 of these, if he was to give each of these people 7 pens, then he would have 70 pens, right?
Yes.
Yes, but then instead of him having 70 pens, do you see that he has this amount of pens minus 2?
Oh,
Yes, so that's the amount of pens that he has. Because the amount of pens that he has, they would have fit amongst other people, but then they didn't fit, you see, because 2 were missing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so do you see the logic behind what we just did?
Yes.
We can repeat it. So we said this person, if he had, let's say, 7 pens to give 10 people, he would have had 70 pens. However, he cannot give out 70 pens. He can only give out 2 less, because that's the amount of pens he has. The amount of pens he has, he can distribute them 7 each to everyone, but then he doesn't have 2 more for that to be possible. So this is the total amount of pens he has. He has 7 times each person minus 2. You get? Because if the 7 pens fit, we would not be subtracting 2 here to find out how many pens he has.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because if let's say Y was 10, then 7 pens distributed amongst 10 people, he would have 70 pens. But then we are seeing that he doesn't have 70 pens. He has 2 less than that because 2 of them were not given. So this can be scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, let's read the question. Scenario number 2 said, but then, no. Scenario number 2 said, instead he gives each person 6 pens. So each person he gave 6 pens, right? And he has 11 left over. So he gave each person 6, and then if you add 21, that's the amount of pens he has. Do you see?
Oh, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gives each person 6 pens and has 21 left over. So each person got 6. Those are the amount of pens he gave out, plus the ones he was left over. it gives you the amount of pens he has in total. You see, so this is scenario 1, and then this is scenario 2. So solving for x and y here, we can just equate the value of x here, meaning we're gonna have 7y minus 2 equal to 6y plus 21. This is gonna give us 6y goes over, you're gonna have a y, 2 goes over, you're gonna have a 23. So y is 23. And then if y is 23, you can just throw it in one of these equations here. 7y minus 2 is equal to x. It's like 7 multiplied by 23 minus 2 equal to x. This is like 46 minus 2 equal to x. This is like 44 equal to x. Like that.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. So determine what did you say? How many pens are in the bag and how many people were there? So we said here people. Let's see which one we made people. People we made y. So people is 26 people. We can actually test our answer also. So people 23 and then pens 44. Oh, that doesn't sound very.
By the way, why is it 46?
Oh yeah, dang it. I thought it was times 2. Yo. My brain saw 2. Yo, I don't know. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think just as I was about to test it, I was like, this doesn't make any sense because these are 2 little pens here. So 7 times 23. Let's see. I was too much in the heat of the moment.
161.
161. 161 minus 2 equal to x. Yeah, this is a bit more accurate. Yeah, so here the pens is 159. People 40. Wait, what did we get? 23. Yeah, so this kind of works because look, if we were to give out 6 pens to 26, 23 people, 6 times 23. What is 6 times 23?
Oh, what is 6 times 23? 138.
138. And then 138 plus 21.
138 plus 21 is equals to 159.
Which is the amount of pens that we have. So yeah, it works out.
Yes.
If we're to test it for the other scenario, 7 times 23.
7 times 23?
Mm-hmm.
It's equals to 161.
Yeah, you see, which is like 2 less than what he has. I mean, 2 more than what he has, you see.
Oh,
so according to this scenario, it works out because if we were to try to give 7 out, 2 of them would not have 7, you see. So yeah, this question, you can see the simultaneous solving part of it was not hard. It was the equation. But the creation of the equation itself, if we look at it nicely, this is something that can be repeated for other kinds of questions. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, let me process this real quick.
Yeah, I mean, take your time.
Give me 2 minutes. I'll come back.